welcome everybody to this demonstration. The attack on Cam Newton by these kids shouldn't have never happened. True or false? Well, before I get started with this demonstration, if I could get you to hit the like button as well as subscribe to the channel. I want to salute everybody that's catching this on the replay. I want to salute everybody that's watching from the clouds. Salute to all of the moderators. Salute to the Still Swinging podcast. I'll wait for my co-hosts Pee Wee and Tommy to join me, and then we will get into this demonstration. How do y'all feel about the attack on Cam Newton? So Cam Newton was at the field of the event, and he was trash talking with some of the kids. I believe it was the coaches. And somehow it got physical. Now, if you're not familiar with trash talking, you might not understand it. Trash talking has been around for years. Basketball players trash talk. Football players do it. Rappers do it. People trash talk. It's sort of like roasting each other. It's sort of like joning and cracking. Now, when it comes to trash talking is what it is. You just talking trash. But do it means that it should lead to a physical altercation? That's like I'm on a basketball court. I'm doing my thing. You know, I'm talking trash. They talking trash back. When do we draw the line? Or have we become so sensitive that we can't separate trash talking from actual beef? Like if I'm out there, once again, if I'm on a football field with you, if I'm on a basketball court with you, trash talking comes with the territory. You know, if we in a roasting session and you roasting me, you cracking on me, you joking me, it is what it is. You know, y'all know me. You roast me, I'm going to laugh with you. If it's funny, I'm going to laugh with you. But I want to know when it comes to trash talking, when is it okay from trash talking for it to result into a physical confrontation? Slide in, Pee Wee.
First and foremost, salute to everybody in the chat. Salute to Still Swinging Podcast. Salute to the Rock Squad, all the other sectors, and everybody who's listening to this on the playback. Uh, Other than that, everybody's we have blessings. I was after reviewing the video. It was so irritating and angry, and let me tell you why my irritation and my anger shot so far because of the disrespect from something that was going on, something that happens during competition and challenges. And a lot of times it's just like it was unnecessary. And if you can't control your feelings and emotions, then you should not participate in certain things. You should not play in certain arenas. And for Cam Newton to come there and to spend his time to you know what I mean, to try to enhance it. And I don't think that us as a people we are open to opportunities the way that we should be, or the behaviors that's saying that it's cool is no longer. It's not cool. It had never been cool. Even when I was out there doing it Anything that had anything to do with disruption, it just wasn't cool. It's just not nice. I mean, it was a lot of things said in that interview that I agree with, but one thing I agree with, like, if you're going to be trash talking, like you said, if you're going to be joning, if you're going to participate in the behavior, have the tough skin to participate in that behavior. If you can't, then you shouldn't participate in that behavior. And for a man as his caliber, his status, a pro football player, he's pro. He's already gone where you want to go now, or where you wishing to go, or hope to be one day. So why not listen to the steps that he took, or listen to the coaching that he given instead of disrespecting it? It's not that he know everything. How about that he have experience in it? You know what I mean? And how do people become certain things in life? They follow the people that was before them, that was before them. Things happen before them. Things happen in front of them. It's people out there that they might be good as, better than, or you know what I mean, or evenly too. But whatever case may be, you have to learn from somebody. Can't nobody get nowhere from learning from anybody. The same way, this is the thing that kills me too. Everything that's in existence was made by man, besides natural stuff. But everything, TVs, radios, cars, ons, buttons, thread, all that stuff was made, but was a thought of some man that became a millionaire that created, or inventor that created that. So if he's creating, or demonstrating a path that you could take to get to where he want to be, why not follow it? And what's wrong with following it? And what's wrong with paying attention? Because some people was just because I believe some people was just there for the fame, whatever. They might be nice. They might be good. I'm not taking anything from the young brothers that was there that participated in this. I'm not taking anything from them. But they need to change the mentality, and the perception needs to be changed. It's not conducive to you. You know what I mean? We have people that have become big hip hop artists. Cool C had a big hit out, went to jail. You know what I'm saying? Mystical went to jail. You know what I'm saying? That these people they had made it to some kind of fame and fortune, but wasn't able to handle it. And if you, why is someone asking for things that they can't handle? You know what I'm saying? And then your mentality and what you demonstrating, saying, even if you make it as far as he did, can you handle it? Can you stay out of trouble? Can you keep your nose clean? And I want to salute Cam and give him his flowers, because he handled the situation very well. He stood up. You know what I mean? He wasn't letting nobody damage what he had built, because it's easy to build something. It's hard to build something. Excuse my misquote. It's hard to build something, but it's easy to burn it down, man. So, you know what I mean? For them guys, for them to attack him, and then if you talking trash, and he listen, you gotta have trash. You gotta, if you talk trash, this is the way I was. This is what I was told. If you talk trash, you gotta be able to back it up. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to back it up. You gotta be able to stand on business, because that's what that man stood on. Stand on business. Stand on what you say, and believe that it's gonna happen. And he has already said he believed in his dreams. He made it to an NFL. He's a pro football player. He made it to the NFL. And the disrespect is just and the disrespect by our young people is just unacceptable. You know what I mean? I don't know why it's cool to be disrespectful. Whoever said that was cool. And I mean, as a youngster, yeah, I did my disrespectful things. I did that. I'm not saying that they that they that they'll remain this way. Let's hope that they don't remain this way, that they'll see some kind of success and prosperous without the disrespect, or with the knowledge to grow and develop and become open and be better to other people. You know what I mean? To people who's trying to show the way. That man, I mean, that man, he could, and we was talking about this earlier, and Tommy said something that, man, man could have been anywhere doing anything, but he was there trying to be there for people who haven't made it. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna digress for right now. Go ahead, Tommy. Did Tommy come back? Did he leave?
Good evening. Uh, Can you hear
Huh?
me, people?
I can hear you, bro.
Good evening, still swinging podcast, and everybody that's everybody that's joining us tonight. Um, Hope y'all having a wonderful evening, as usual. And as usual, I'm happy to be here. Yeah. Uh, I think that scene was very disrespectful. I think that man devoted his time. That man devoted his resources. And that man loaned them his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, only to be misunderstood, disrespected, and attacked. I mean, when do it come a point of time when we learn to appreciate one another, man? Because, like I said earlier when I was talking, I know they wouldn't have went to Peyton Manning camp and done that, like Shannon Sharp said. I know they wouldn't have went to none of those other ethnic groups camps and did that. They would have went there wanting to make a good impression. So why is it that we never want to make a good impression on each other? Why are we not good enough to get the same respect from one another that we give to other nationalities and cultures? What is it about our culture? Because listen, you gotta respect your property if you want other people to respect it.
Hmm.
If you don't even respect the own thing, your own situations that are supposed to be valuable, but you don't respect them, how do you expect to get respect from others when you yourself don't respect your own personal situations? Like, I thought that was I thought that was borderline insane. All right, listen, gangster is stupid. Gangster is not smart. Listen to me again. Gangster is not smart. And I hear the way everybody talking on the internet. And some people, man, I think like, bro, just cause you got two lips, you talking. But you don't make no sense. How are y'all attacking the man who got attacked? Calling them all out of his name, and y'all siding with these degenerates who decided to attack him. And let me get something else straight with y'all about why he didn't just go ham. Remember, they kids, first of all. And I don't care who started it. The minute he would have lost it and beat the hell out of one of those kids, nobody would have cared how it started. And that the phase of life this man is, he can't throw everything away for the gram. He not about to be that stupid. You know what it took to get to the level that he is on? A man of status, prestige, resources. You know what I'm saying? And popular. You know what it take to get there? Like Pee Wee just said, he could burn that house down in 60 seconds. He can throw all of that away in 60 seconds with the wrong move. And to beat one of those kids up would have been the wrong move. All right, he handled it exactly the way he should have handled it. He made sure he didn't get hurt, and he made sure he didn't hurt nobody. You see? So he get to walk away a winner and get to decide how to proceed forward. He did not for 1 second turn the tables on himself and become his own worst enemy for the gram. Listen, don't no grown, straight up, true grown person give a damn about the gram. All right, we think that's for kids who really would throw their life away for the gram. Gangster is not smart. All right. And let me tell you something about real. It's not popular. It's not hard. It's not ignorant. It's not sweet. It's not smooth. It's just real. It just is what it is. You know, this man could have been anywhere else in the world he wanted to be, but he was there giving back, donating his time to people that look like him. And guess who attacked him? People who look like him for absolutely no good reason at all. You show up here and you demanding all kinds of respect. When, bro, who are you? Respect is earned, it is not given. You haven't earned any respect. Okay, you have done nothing as a little boy that a grown man has to respect yet. This man has been through it and he is proven to be successful, a winner at the things you are trying to be successful and a winner at. You know, it would have been a good idea to give him some grace and pay him some attention. But no, you know, in niggerly fashion, we gotta point out, we gotta find a reason to have a problem with him. He ain't all that. Who is he? He ain't like that. He don't even play no more. You know, and all kinds of, you know, foolish attitude. Where I know if you would have been at one of those light, bright, and white camps, you would have been on your best behavior. Only thing you would have been trying to make sure you do is get invited back, because that's how much respect you would have had for it. But being as though it's us, you don't feel the need to respect somebody that look like you. Why should you have to respect him? Who is he, right? He
Hmm.
only he only an accomplished brother who came here to look out for y'all and see to it that y'all get some shine. Y'all get some more, leave here with a better understanding of the game than you came with, and how to use your abilities and your gifts to your advantage. But instead, you come here to play hard and gangster with them. All right, listen, gangster is not smart, and I just do not think that man deserved what he got for what he was, for what he actually, for the value that came to add to their lives. And not only that, bro, you had a lot of people out there who wanted to really have a fruitful and promising day, but you got a few thugs who think, you know what I'm saying, the thing to do is attack somebody and mess up the whole program for everybody so they can have some sort of viral moment, all for the gram, and hopefully in the midst of things get him to throw a punch and damage one of y'all so y'all can sue him. See, that's the kind of stuff they show up with on their mind, bro.
Mm. So let me ask you this, Tommy. Where do you where do you think why do you think it's so popular? Or how do you think it's so popular? Where do you think believe that it came from with with this new age attitude or the self destruction? And another thing is like why this is my cap on that before you answer the question is that why wouldn't you go to those other camps with the same attitude? Why wouldn't you? Why would you come? Why would you come to where you are most popular or your ethnicity is most popular and cause havoc versus going to someone else training or whatever they bring in the football season, football camp or whatever the case may be, whether it be a football camp or a music school, whatever. Why would you bring that attitude but go somewhere else with a different attitude?
Well, Pee Wee, because they value other people things more than they value their own people things. All right, that's simply put. If they was at one of those other camps, they would have just been hoping to get invited back. But when you don't see the value in your own, People taught you y'all was worthless and y'all don't have no value. And bro, it start with the music. It start because most of our younger generation is fully entrenched in the music. And the music supports gangsterism in every faction of it. You know, you need to be some kind of criminal. You need to be some kind of uh headache to society, man. You know, you don't just need to be on top of your gentleman like behavior, the behavior that's going to get you far in life. You need to be fully entrenched in the kind of behavior that ain't going to lead you nowhere, definitely not nowhere you want to be.
Right,
All right.
and that's understandable, and we understand that, right? But
Uh-huh.
we have dealt with so many different things over the year. Like, why wouldn't it make sense? Because it's a lot of things we heard over the year, and going back with Shannon Sharp, you get more bees with honey. You get more grace with a better attitude.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? So whether it's you see your attitude as being a blessing or a curse, but the thing about it is, the better your attitude, the better and successful you are. You're going to be, or you adjust your attitude.
Yep.
I have learned that from my experience, right? So as we when we and because us growing up as kids, we did things. We had our boss with the law. We did all those things, right, for us to be where we are today. But my thing is, at what point I don't understand. People. I don't clearly understand if they do. Did they know where this attitude will end them at, or if this attitude that we have today will end us at, or are we doomed, or where we going at? What we doing here?
See, Pee Wee, they got that attitude that they can explain it. You feel me? They got
Mhm.
that attitude that they think your feelings is a justification for your behavior. Your 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 emotions is a free pass for your behavior. Never was, never will be, never gonna be. All right.
Okay.
Because you upset and all in your feelings and emotional is never going to be a justification for your behavior. You're going to be standing in front of that judge getting sentenced. You're going to be getting sentenced the same way you would be getting sentenced if you was happy about that day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wouldn't ain't nothing going to change for you. Trust me. You think that story you going to tell them going to get you out of this? It's not. It's not. I know you got a story and a reason for why you done it, but guess what? Ain't nobody gonna care. Ain't nobody gonna care. They gonna only care about you and your date with correctional facilities. All right. That's the only thing they want to get through to you. All right, this what your behavior is going to cost you. Now you can sit here and listen to Tommy tell you this, or you can wait and just keep on trying your luck and keep on trying your hand. And I'm telling you, them excuses, them apologies, them feel ain't none of that. Them justifications ain't, and it wasn't me, and all of this ain't gonna get you out of it.
Right. And I see exactly where you at with that. But what baffles me with all that is, we are do they do you believe that they're thinking in times of, well, what's going to happen next, or they just running off the emotion? Because understanding emotions and feelings are stronger than a lot of times than reasoning, right? And dealing
Right?
with reasoning, knowing that reasoning is sometimes hard, but you still have to think on these things. And I understand. I don't acted out emotions and stuff like that before too, but at the same time, these kids, like for them to, that is just, it's just wow. I think that's just like a wow moment for them to sit there and talk. I mean, and attack a man that's there to, for that you supposed to see as a benefit. So what is the the mindset of what is they weighing it against, or they don't see no hope, or they is there, do you still believe hope exists? You understand what I'm saying? So, like, at what time do you really consider like this man have been attacked? You know what I mean? And like I was saying earlier, like what happened to the village? Like we definitely know fathers is important. They need to be present. They need to be the authority figures, because if they don't be the authority, the corrections, the government, the state will become your authority. Will become or have authority over you as a grown individual. You know what I'm saying? They was young, they was young boys. You know what I mean? They were young, they was teenagers. So if they don't stop now, believe me, yo, when we sitting in our rocking chairs in front of the TV, hopefully 20 years from now, whatever the case may be, they will appear on there for something.
Right.
For can you know, I mean, because we know we can't always make the outcomes. People can make changes, but why is it so prevalent in our times now? Like, it's a lot of things that's going on right now that's not necessary, especially in our communities. You know what I mean? And guess what? It's not the people that live outside our communities. We can blame it on some what is it called? Scenarios, dang, I can't think of the word I'm trying to figure out. Conspiracies. You can think about all that, but it's not the people outside our communities that's affecting us. It's the people that's inside. Because listen, Tommy, at the end of the day, you can listen to some better music, and you don't have to easily be influenced by anything, because you're not. I mean, out as a child, a kid, whatever, we got to show influence. But as these teenagers, because at the certain age, whether you're impressionable or not, you're still liable to stand trial as a grown man. You're still liable to be waved up as an adult. I don't know if people believe this, that this really goes on the court, but yeah, it's 14-year-old kids sitting in man-grown prisons. It's 16-year-old, 17-year-olds that's under 18 that's sitting in man-made prisons, and if they will make a section to put you away there for life. I know I have encountered these people. I've sat and talked to these people. I have been right next door to these people. Where how, do you ever really? You have to grow up there. You know what I mean? And then how was the childhood or your teenage years with being locked inside a cell? Always everything serious. Always. You never had a time to enjoy your teenage years because you are in prison for so long. And I don't even know if they really believe it. See, this the thing about it is, a lot of times when we in those spaces, we always believe it can't happen to us. It can't happen to me. It ain't gonna happen to me like that. But when it happened to you like that, what's next? Because you don't get a do over. You don't get a stop, no action, stop, freeze. You don't get none of that. It goes on. It counts. You can't get those seconds back. You can't go back and get that. You're there. It's no return. And it's some people that's been there that's never going to return, that's never going to see free society. So sometimes I think it's the mentality of us trying to work our way back into what we came out of. I don't know. But sometimes it 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 appears that way. And like if you don't if you never had nothing, how can you get something with the attitude that you have? Or how can you gain something? Unless you change it. I'm not saying change ain't possible, because I definitely believe in change possible. But the disrespect to Cam, man, and what he was doing, to disrespect for somebody who's giving back, who don't have to, you know what I mean? And then we want to sit and talk about the ones that's up, or that do and don't return. They act funny, they get bougie, then we compare them to other people. Um, they don't want to, because let's use common sense here. Let's use a little bit of common sense here. If I was somewhere and I thought that someone was my life was threatening, my career was threatening, even my finances was threatening, why would I go there? Why would I participate with them people? Why would I not go where I'm? And they say it all the time. It's the stuff that, and the thing it be saying it right on. Why go where I'm celebrated than where? Why not go where I'm celebrated and appreciated than where I'm tore down and unappreciated? It just don't make sense. And they got and all that stuff because I love the internet. I love looking at social media. I love looking at all that stuff because but my mind is different. My mind is there to learn, to open, to get better perspectives, to understand what is going on now. Because what's going on yesterday doesn't matter. What's going on tomorrow ain't got here yet. I want to know what's going on now. What's happening? What is up with our people? What is up with these teenagers? Yeah, okay. Some of us wasn't the best fathers, and I'm gonna include myself in that. Some of us had childhood issues, but when do you stop making excuses from something that happened in the past for what you're doing in the present? When do you stop allowing that mentality to pull you back to somewhere that you're no longer at? When? When do it stop? When you say, no, I gotta break the cycle. I gotta do the next best thing. Not just for me, but for my people, for my family, for who's coming behind me. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't even think that people, our people anyway, thinks about this stuff. Like how many who have died and fought for us to gain respect from another race and culture, but not the people, our people who has died and sacrificed it and went to the benefit and who was incarcerated for a reason, who had reasons, who died for reasons, who fought for reasons. We just run around here starting fights and sparking stuff with the people who's trying to make us better. It ain't adding up. It just ain't adding up, bro. I can't see it. I don't understand it. I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to live, you know what I mean, live in these because I have to live here because I'm alive and I'm here. So, but I'm trying to get a better understanding. You know what I mean? Because you know what, yo, if you pro basketball player, football player, soccer player, baseball player, um, hockey player, whatever kind of pro you is, if you're a pro, that means you have to do some work to get there, right? And there's other people because the sport's gonna go on, things are gonna go on. So it's other people that's behind you. Why not learn the best place, the best person to listen to is somebody who's been through it. Not no, yo, I that's the same way as I am. I am not a pro football player, right? But if I wanted to become a pro football player, guess who I'm gonna listen to? A pro football player that's been there, that tell you the courses, that's gonna tell you the things, that's gonna make you better. So instead of trying to allow him to make them better, they attack him because he is better or because they think that they're better. Because if you was better, you would be a pro, right? So where is the respect, not just for the man as being a man, first and foremost, as being a human being, the level of respect for that, but how about the respect for the trials and tribulations that got him to being where you want to be? I don't know. I'm trying to understand. Like when we start to believe that we can be shown or told and not demanded to do something. Because then can't nobody demand you to do anything. Not unless you're in those living quarters like jail. Because when they tell you to do something in jail, they expect you to do it. When they tell you to do something in corrections, they expect you to do it. So once again, do we need to to return to that mentality? Do they think it's necessary? I don't think it's necessary because I know it's some people out here with some brains. But do they need to be made to act right? Because that's it's just that's I was disgusted after seeing that, and after listening to Shannon Sharp and Ocho Chico talk about this stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, and and if you see, listen, this is crazy because if you see my child getting beat by an adult, disrespected by an adult, or an adult doing anything to my child, I will want you to jump in and save my child. I will want you to jump in and rescue my child. But if you see my child doing something that he had no business doing, then mind your business. Uh, don't rescue my child from himself. What's the what's the difference? Somebody make it make sense. Don't correct my child. Don't beat my child. Don't say nothing to my child. But the child was only loaned to you. The child came through you. The child came from you. Yes, pretty much your child. But don't correct my child. It doesn't. I don't know. Because if you see my son doing something, correct him. Say something to him. Say even if you just say his father, your father wouldn't like that if he's seen you doing that. Say something to him to snap him back into some kind of reality. As this is what you should not be doing right now. Things that they, like I was saying earlier, me, Tommy, and Shank's mothers was very well aware of each other. But they didn't even talk. They wasn't even friends. They had us in common. But how many times have we had to sit there through speeches from each other's mothers? It wasn't no disrespect, wasn't no I gotta go. I would sit there and I don't care if she talked to us for hours or whatever the case may be, we would respectfully sit there, shut up and listen. Because they were telling us something that was gonna make us better or make us the people who we are today. And not incarcerated, not living with nobody else, not eating off nobody else. Grown men that they gave that Miss Cookie, Aunt Peggy, and my mother gave us as youngsters. They gave us this stuff. But we wasn't disrespectful. I ain't got nothing to time. Nobody want to talk to your mother. No, we sit there. I sat in Eric and Shank's living room several times and listened to his mother tell us what to do. I sat in Tommy's mother's living room several. They sat on my front porch with my mother or in my living room and paid attention or listened so we could be successful as grown men as we are today. So you have to listen to somebody. I don't even know why teenagers or young adults today feel as though it's okay for them not to listen to nobody and be respectful to somebody. Because listen, one part of being respectful, whether you know or not, is listening and paying attention so you can respond properly or learn something or get something from it. So I don't know, gentlemen. Somebody help me out. Shank, Tommy, what happened?
Yeah, I mean, Pee Wee, I'm with you 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you 100%. The only thing I'm saying is, though, right? Yeah, they could listen to better music, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They could make better decisions, but they don't. And to me, it's mostly rooted in just the fact that we got absolutely no respect for our culture. Why? Because we fight for things that don't matter. We fight to be degenerate for the right to be degenerates. Okay, like, and you would think the ultimate fight would be we will be fighting with other cultures for our respect. No, we fight in our own culture because we don't have respect. All right. We only have respect for the things that are outside of us. We have no respect for what's inside and the turmoil that's going on and what is going to be necessary, what it's going to take to achieve a prosperous, fruitful black society. You know what I'm saying? Well, all of us with a common interest, and the common interest is to respect one another, to love one another, and to cherish our society. All right, because when you do those things, guess what? You get absolute respect. You get absolute respect because you're not going to tolerate disrespect. Once you respect it, you're going to make everybody else respect it. But when you don't even respect it, how do you go about making others respect it? Okay? And the answer to that is you don't. You can't make somebody respect something that you don't even respect. All right? Listen, what they did to that man was horrible. It was horrible. And keep in mind, I've been young and stupid, and I participated in some things. You know what I'm saying? That the day I ain't proud that I got myself into, that I got myself involved with it. You know what I'm saying? But as grown men, we mature and we evolve, and we and we get an understanding, a real understanding about life that don't have nothing to do with the lyrics that govern a lot of these young guys' lives, and the things that they see and listen to, and the things that they take in on a daily basis, all which is negativity. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get some positive uh uh actions out of all of this negative intake that they have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we end up moving in a reckless manner, manners that don't suit us, manners that don't serve us, and manners that's going to have us somewhere we don't want to be. You know, that's that graveyard and that jailhouse. All right, the two place men really try to avoid, if any way possible. And I look at the day's youth and I see they trying to get there as quick as possible. You know,
Which is
and
understandable. Which is understandable. But let me put this on your mind for a minute, Tony. Respect, right? There's
uh-huh.
two ways to get it: through fear and straight up being straight up who you are. Which one do you feel is healthier? Because a lot of them is trying to get it through fear.
See, the problem with the thing, I mean, the good thing about getting it through just who you are, right? And as a stand-up person is that it's genuine. See, when it's coming out of fear, it ain't genuine respect. What it is genuine fear. And the thing is, what happened when that fear gone? All right, what happened when you can't scare them? All right, because bro, some places you go, you out of their range, and they no longer got to have fear of you. But when they genuinely respect you, okay, they genuinely respect the work that you lead, the work that you laid down, the legacy that you left behind, and I don't care what the legacy was or how short it was or how long it was, but just that you laid down the foundation of a stand-up guy that everybody respected. And you can always count on that respect. The fear aspect of it, you can because sometimes, you got people that fear you, but they got other ways to level the playing field because they don't genuinely respect you. And now once they get over that fear, they oppose you.
Right. I get it. I understand it. I was just shooting the question at you because a lot of times uh people try to get fear out of try to force people into fearing them, trying to make them recognize. When do we start recognizing good achievements? When do we
Right.
start recognizing overcoming? When do we start recognizing and respecting? You know what I mean? Things of that sort. Because if we don't never get there, and understand that, like, listen, respect that man because that man through this, that man been through that, or this woman been through this and this woman been through that, and she's still here to tell a story. She's still here to give you heads up on what could happen, what's possibility. Because a lot of times when you listen to the stories of the things that happen to tragic people, right? They always say, "I didn't think it would happen to me."
Yeah, bro.
They always say that ain't gonna happen to me. I never thought that would happen to me because of
Always,
this,
bro.
because of that. They always say and it happened to me. So what gives us as a people to think that it's nothing possible that can happen to us the same way it can happen to everybody else, just because the way we live our life is upstanding citizens that live their life correctly and things still happen to them.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. It's possible because guess what? We live in a world that everything is possible. So when you start to think, well, it's possible that can happen to me, and then how about the element of surprise or come out of nowhere? Because that's just life. You
See,
understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, and but Pee Wee, my only motion is this. Okay, yeah, you know, it's possible that anything can happen when you even if you a stand up, hard working, dedicated citizen. Yeah, you're right. It's possible that something can happen to you even then. But guess what? It start to get more likely when you add in the way you live in your life. If that's not the way you live in your life, that turn into a probability. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
Yeah.
difference. Like you start living your life a certain way, and something probably gonna happen. Not possibly, but probably. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
The chance to get
And the more and the more destruction you cause, the more probable that inevitable consequence gonna get.
yeah, absolutely.
You
But
know, because listen, don't nobody get away with nothing forever.
yeah,
And bro, you probably not gonna be the first one. And if it is the first one, you probably not gonna be the second one or the third one. You probably gonna be just like most of us. You gonna end up in a cell.
yeah. But I'm talking about, and it's something that we studied in school, and you know what I mean, consequential thinking. We never think about the consequences.
Right?
We always thinking about the achievement or the goal. We never think about the consequences of what's possible or what could happen, right? And not thinking about those consequences come as a shock when it happened to you, because it happened
Mhm.
to me. Never thought I was going to jail, never thought I was going to prison, none of that, but thought that I could get away with crime for a long time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Sure, it was profitable at the beginning, but it's not worth it at the end. And I would probably be a lot farther than where I'm at. I thank God for where I'm at, but a lot further than where I'm at than where I am today if I just would have had some consequential thinking, some reality, some reasoning.
yeah, yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? Not just looking at what's possible. Now, if it's some steps to it, and they say this gonna be the outcome, but I never wanted to follow the steps to the steps. I wanted to take shortcuts.
yeah,
I wanted to take back alley cuts. I wanted to take all them cuts only to get to a place in my life to say, well, if I go this way, do it this way, and do it the correct way, then it's gonna come out the correct way. And I think a lot of times in 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 um in our society, especially with our younger generation, and we're not thinking about consequential thinking. We're not thinking about the consequences because those guys now we know Cam, you know what I mean? Not personally, but I would say if he's take that 7-on-7 camp away, then what happens?
yeah,
Then
bro. A
then
lot of
how
a lot of them gonna come up losing, bro.
yeah,
You know that didn't have nothing to do with it.
right. The people who suffer for the acts of other people, yo.
Right, right, Pee Wee. That's who gonna suffer. The guys who really came there and was happy to be there and was just glad to be that this man showed up and was anxious to meet him and had true respect for him. It got overshadowed by these wannabe gangsters, man. because somewhere along the line somebody taught them that this behavior was gangster, and gangster is not smart. All right, gangster is incredibly stupid. See, in order to impress the gram, bro, you gotta be gangster. If you ain't gangster, you ain't cool. So, other words, if you are amongst the ones of us who are not smart, that's the only way you can be cool. If you are smart, it is looked down upon. All right, it's called ghetto logic, and that's what a lot of niggas got. Niggas got ghetto logic. Why you think so many black people try to move away from niggas, yo?
I,
Because niggas got ghetto logic, and ghetto logic is ass backwards. We value the things that don't mean us no good, and the things that mean us the most good, we have the least value for. Okay, that's when you living in nigga land. You know you in nigga land where everything harmful, dangerous, and gonna have you penitentiary bound is celebrated. The things that's gonna lead you to a comfortable, healthy, successful, and fruitful life is frowned upon. You considered a square. You considered not down. You consider all of these foolish names, except a productive member of society, a society that you believe in and want to thrive. But in order to make it thrive, you need most of our heads in the same space and making the communities thrive. But see, when you gangster, you ain't concerned with helping the community thrive. You concerned with how you can tear down the community. What can you do to destroy this game? This camp that this man took it. How can I go in here and show him up? How can I go in here and make this about me? How can I go in here and be seen? All right, bro. Men don't shouldn't be looking for all of this attention.
yeah.
A man shouldn't be looking for all this attention. You know, and I'm
Mhm.
telling you, it start with the things we value, the things we taught. Okay, because behavior begins at home. All right, behavior begins at home. All right, and let me tell you how most guys, even us, walked in the shoes of criminals because in our mind we could always justify it. Until that day that we realize, hey, we can have all the justifications we want. That shit ain't gonna get us out of it. We can have the best lie on the planet. Guess what? We gonna still get a sentence. They look, I'm telling you, I trust and believe me. I don't care how ready you are for it. They ain't even gonna listen to it. They gonna lock you up and they gonna say, look, we offering you this number. Do you want to take it or do you want to go to trial? That's what they gonna tell you in that story you got that sounds so good in your mind. All right, they not gonna believe you. They not gonna believe it. They heard it before from a pair of lips that look similar to yours but a little different. All right, none of us ever done it. It was all a misunderstanding. Look, none of that stuff gonna get you out of it. None of those things you got in your mind is gonna soften the blow. None of it. So get it through your mind. You're not gonna talk your way out of it. Ain't nobody gonna care what he called you, what name he called you that made you feel the way you feel, and you went and done that to him. They ain't gonna care nothing about none of that. So no, your feelings is never gonna be a justification for your action. Instagram gonna forget about you within the next 6 months. All right.
Right.
20 years from now, when everybody forgot your name, you're gonna still be sitting in that cell. trying to figure out, will they ever forgive you and let you out of there? Is you gonna be praying the walls just fall down so you can just run out of there? But you gonna wake up that next morning right on that bunk,
Yeah.
right in those same conditions. Okay, that you gonna be praying to get out of. See, it ain't real to you until it's real to you. And then when it's real to you, it's too late, homie.
Yeah, because I just had this thought. This just crossed my mind. With the violence that was imposed on us 400 years ago, however many years ago since slavery, right? Do you believe us as a people have took on the same violence towards each other?
Yeah, I do, Pee Wee. That's why you see these young guys, they riding around with with Dracos and rifles, and they looking for other black men to kill.
Have we adopted the same violence that was inflicted once upon a time? Have we stooped to the level of trying to mentally, because listen, if I'm trying to get anybody to do anything that I don't want them to do or I want me to do, I I believe there's some form of control which is being forced on. Like I've been to prison, so I know that I didn't want to lock in when they say lock in. I didn't want to go in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I didn't want to eat when they said eat because it was too early sometimes to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about the experience of modern day, you know what I mean, slavery in the jail system. And I don't know if they don't think that because you go to jail or it's different in jail in these days, there's no difference in jail. They're gonna tell you what to do, you're gonna follow what to do. And guess what? Some people have been there so long that you have adjusted to being in a controlled environment. Meaning if they have to place you in a controlled environment, you cannot control yourself. And that makes sense. So you don't know how to conduct yourself in a free world respectfully, um view things from a consequential standpoint, not only just view things from a consequential standpoint, be able to view things from a standpoint that's more properly to you and where you live at. Then what are you viewing? Then it's got to be the opposite. And I don't even know when slavery or beating or forcing another human being into anything else besides when we were in slavery. Because those our ancestors was forced to pick cotton. Our ancestors was forced to clean up the houses. Our ancestors was forced to become swine eaters. You know what I mean? We were giving that we made meals out of it because of who we were. You understand? So when how do my question is, how do we bring that mentality back of us being people of greatness? Not saying that it's not. It's definitely people of greatness that exist now that have gone through the ups and downs, have gone through the trials and tribulations of life to become successful. You know what I'm saying? To become better, to become uh, productive citizens, right? Not just because as a society as a whole, but as in our society, in our black communities. You know what I'm saying? And it's still and it's still those that's out there, and that's what I want to be more prevalent in our communities. That's what I want to influence our younger people. You understand what I'm saying? And these just questions that I'm asking, the thoughts that comes in my mind that how do we get back there? How do we let them know that whether what music you listen to, whatever it is, and sometimes you have to realize, okay, that is not for you. That is not healthy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not hating on anybody who's getting their money or however they get their money, but the old saying, which come from jail, whether y'all know it or not, all money ain't good money. It's just not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want $1, but the thing about it is, once you become, if you get $1 million a day, could you handle it? Could you be in a $1 million mindset, or act like you have $1 million, or you know what I mean? Prosper like you have $1 million. Everybody want all these things, but if given to them, what happens? Are you gonna act like, or are you gonna pretend like you know what you're doing, or you gonna sit, you're gonna wait, you're gonna think it out? Because once again, stuff we a brain is a terrible thing to waste. You know what I mean? That's saying, and the thing about it is, all those guys that was probably there probably have been good, great students. You know what I mean? So somehow, sometime, you had to sit down and pay attention, um, and thought that violence would be the answer or the quick solution to the situation, and it's not. It's just not. It's not working for you, because if Cam would have pressed charges on all those people who was trying to do anything, well, then what would that consequence look like? You understand what I'm saying? So the the means, the ends don't meet the means. The means don't meet the ends, however it go. But you understand what I'm saying? It's not adding up. It's not equaling to anything. That's it's more detrimental to you versus prosperous to you. So it was just that whole demonstration with Cam was just, I believe, unnecessary, unfulfilling. Uh, Cam, my hat goes off. You know what I mean? Because you did a wonderful job. Hey, man, listen, man, that man hold his hell, his composure. Like, no, I think he one of the strongest black men I know now. Cause come on, man, anybody else attitude or situation would have took them there. I'm being attacked, but but he had to think, when you being attacked, and you got to think forward and not in the moment. Come on, bro, that takes some great tenacity. That takes some great ability. That takes some great fortitude for him not to attack back. Cause at any time, man, come on, man, Cam, like Shannon Sharp can, that man 200, what, 6'6", 6'4", some, come on, yo, he could have hurt any of them kids at any given time. So what did you do? How do we continue to deal with this and think that it's all right? That, because you're challenged, that doesn't make you less than a man. Because at the same time, when you get right in front of that courtroom, like you said, Tommy, you get in that courtroom, you get in front of that judge, these laws get to coming down on you. Your grown man status is going to stand up. Whether you're grown mentally, emotionally, or not, you're going to get sentenced like you're grown. You're going to go into prison like you're grown. You're going to you're going to get carried like a grown man because you're making grown people decisions and can't handle them. I don't care who you is. Even a grown man that said, I don't want to make a decision to break the law to go back to prison. As a grown man, a grown ass man, I don't want to make the decision to go back to prison. So I don't know. I don't know what we going to do next. How are we going to solve the issues of the problems of our society, of saying that it's okay to disrespect uh, an upright person? I I remember one time an upright person got the most respect. He don't bother nobody. He don't mess with nobody. He just do what he got to do. But the respect was leave him alone. Let him be. He's not bothering nobody. And then for somebody to come in to try to give you guidance and assistance to success, and you can't respect that, it don't make it. It's not adding up. It don't make no sense to me. So I don't know. Shank, Tommy, I'm gonna go to the comments to see what some of these comments looking like, so we can discuss those or give us some flowers. uh, Blue Devil G said they just got through playing each other in the 7-on-7 game. Yeah, they did. Um, what's that? Colton. Salute. Hey everyone. Um, Cam could have easily rolled over those guys, but he kept his composure. James Pryor. Yeah, he definitely did. He definitely kept his composure. We gotta salute Cam for keeping his composure,
Yeah,
holding
for
himself,
sure.
holding holding it down like a G. He definitely hold it. He held it down like a grown man. He definitely held that down.
I'm glad he did, man.
Yeah, I'm glad he did too. I'm glad he did too.
Because if
But
he'd have lost it and beat one of those kids up, man, it would have been bad for him. It would have been bad for him. They wouldn't have cared that those kids attacked. It would have been bad for him.
and then we would have had
And
all
you
them
gotta think,
backstabbing. Everybody
and
got an opinion.
you gotta think. The only thing he getting out of this is some self gratification, just knowing that he giving back, and because he not getting nothing out of this. He just putting everything into it. He not getting nothing from it for real. Like you wouldn't have even heard of his camp if this incident didn't happen.
Yeah. No lies. We definitely probably wouldn't have. This is the first time I heard of. I didn't even know he had a camp.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? They don't shine no light on the fact that he got a camp. They shine the light on some drama that when if some drama pop up. All right. Can they
Hmm.
make him look bad out of this? Because you know they looking to make him look bad. You feel me? But he
Yeah.
handled himself well. He handled himself like a grown man. He not no see he came out of it not no kind of perpetrator.
And what would they would have said if he did beat with him? He had to beat him like that.
Yeah, you
He had to do
already
that.
know, yo, they would have been, and these young guys would have sued him and all kind of stuff.
Hmm.
They'd have been charging them with child abuse, because these guys not grown. These is kids. You can't go beating up on people, kids.
Yeah, they
Of
definitely would
course,
did it.
you know what I'm saying? And all these young guys do when they do stuff like that is they make other guys that's thinking about doing something like this say, nah, I ain't doing nothing like that. Guys with the kind of pull cam guy say, man, I should start one of them. Then they see one y'all act like that with him and they say, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Right. Once again, taken from each other.
Right, right.
Once, once again, because if we could, because who don't nobody want to go to that? Oh, I wouldn't do that. I'm not going to do that. You see what happened to Cam Newton?
Yeah,
Oh, what? Well, the first thing I say, I'd be a fool to start that. But they ain't going in there thinking that it can't happen to them.
no, no, because they know it can. Not only it can, it will. You see, it did.
Right.
It
Cam
did.
never Cam never seen himself fighting nobody in his camp or having to fend off some people from hurting him in his camp.
Right.
Come on now. So I don't know, but I just pray and hope that everything get better. Salute to the Rock Squad. Salute to everybody who listened to this on the playback. If you have any comments, please leave a comment, like, and share. Uh, what me and Tommy have been talking about on Still Swinging podcast. Please, anybody who's familiar with this incident, if you want to leave a comment or refer back to this video, be feel free to do so. But for the most part, bro, I'm done for the day. I hope all is well. Hope everybody in the chat is well. Hope everybody listening to this playback having a lovely and beautiful day. And my comment is this: in order to get better, we have to be better. That's period. In order to want better, you have to do better. So with that, salute Tommy. Love you, bro. You can close it out with your last remarks. And everybody have a wonderful night.
All right, love you too, Pee Wee.
All
As
right, man.
always, all right, as always, it was an enjoyable evening. Love spending my time here. You know what I'm saying? And I hope everybody have an enjoyable evening. And yeah, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please take the time to press the subscribe button, hit the notification, uh, and look, remember this. If we don't do it, it's not going to get done. If we don't fix the problem is not going to get fixed. It's just going to keep getting worse. So, to everybody who came out, I salute you. One love. Have a great night. Thank you.